Pacho. This is Makinos. I did watch the game last Friday, and Monaco won here 3-1, and Paris Saint-Germain were very, very poor. Zabanya had a poor game at the back, and I'm not surprised that Makinos comes in. There's an injury. Doué has caught Wesley Fofana, who's gone down holding his shin. Was it Wesley Fofana? No, it was Moises Caicedo. Couldn't see the number on the shirt. Oh yeah, it's a stamp on the foot from Doué. I don't think it was anything intentional. Free kick has been given. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Chelsea 0 here in the Champions League. Earlier on, Kai Havertz scoring a late equaliser from the penalty spot. Don't think it was a penalty personally. Leverkusen 1, Arsenal 1. 3 matches at the moment taking place. This one, Real Madrid against Manchester City, and Bodo Glimt against Sporting. All 3 games 0-0. Paris Saint-Germain feeding their way into this game. This is Vitinha, who will pull the strings from deep. And played out wide by Desiré Doué, and he's in an offside position. It's a free kick to Chelsea. Ball forward. Pacho is wrapped up in confrontation with João Pedro. Pedro goes down. There is no foul. Play on, says the Spanish referee. Pacho then out wide to Nuno Mendes. This is Bradley Barcola, who has not scored a Champions League goal in 17 matches. He scored 3 and 3 in the French league. And here comes Chelsea. Ball into the box, whipped across the face, and it was just across both João Pedro and Pedro Neto, but the ball in was a magnificent one from the captain, Reece James. It was teasing, it was bending in, it clipped the toe of João Pedro, and that was the merest touch that took it wide and took it away from Pedro Neto. If he didn't touch that, I think that would have been 1-0, because I think Pedro Neto would have got there. William Rossigna on his return to France today. Former Strasbourg manager, of course. His side really should have been ahead there. First chance of the game, and he's gone to Chelsea. Brilliant ball in from Reece James. I mean, you couldn't deliver it any better, but now Chelsea have surrendered possession in towards Dembele from Doué's cross, but he makes a hash of the shot, and then it's hit by Vitinha, and it was low and hard. It was João Neves, in fact, that hit it, and he must have been the best part of 30 yards from goal. It's low, it's hard, it's dipping. It's straight into the midriff of Jorgensen, but he has to watch that carefully. Does Jorgensen. So both sides get a chance early on, and now Cole Palmer getting forward down the right for Chelsea. It's Palmer against Vitinha. Vitinha matches up to him all the way, picks up an injury in the process, and gives away a corner. Well, lively start. That ball in from Reece James was sensational. How it didn't have anyone on the end of it, I'm not so sure. Paris Saint-Germain responding with that snapshot from João Neves. 21 years of age, the £100,000 teenager. Gusto with the corner. In fact, it was Gusto's flick from the corner, and it's been put behind by Vitinha. The smallest players on the pitch winning the aerial duel in a very crowded penalty area. So another corner for Chelsea, 2 in succession. Whipped in again, deeper this time. Safanov gets a hand to it, pushes it away, and lifted down the line by Hakimi. And off goes Desiré Doué, as he gathered it in his stride. He seemed to slip over. Handing possession back to Reece James and Chelsea. We're going through a good spell here, creating a really good chance a minute ago. Reece James on the right wing, and then in the left back position, doing his duties as a captain and a central midfield anchor. Brought out from the back by Chalobah. As it squared to Fofana. Caicedo, back to Jorgensen, back out wide again to feet of Wesley Fofana. He goes long this time, Fofana. kept up well by Pacho. Dependable William Pacho at the back. Pacho is Ecuador international teammate of Moises Caicedo in direct opposition today. Here's Pacho again. Fernandez. Crossfield pass that will be controlled by Warren Zaire Emery. Back inside to Vitinha, lets it go to Makinos, and then Safanov finding Pacho. Paris Saint-Germain all black today, Chelsea in all white. Dembele, that's a good ball as well. Out wide, bypassing Zaire Emery. This is Hakimi to Zaire Emery, and back to Hakimi again, who steps forward and gets away from the forceful challenge from Enzo Fernandez, but the referee didn't like that. He sticks an elbow into the body of Hakimi and shoves him off the ball, and that's enough to prompt the referee from Spain to give the free kick, and rightly so. So free kick to Paris Saint-Germain inside the Chelsea half. It's on the right hand side, it's about 5 yards infield from the near touchline. Vitinha ready to take it, midway inside Chelsea's half. They've pushed the big guns forward. Pacho's in there, Makinos is in there. It's played short to Hakimi, rolls it into the box. This is Doué chips it into the box. It's Dembele with a header, and headed away in turn by Pedro Neto, picked up again by Pacho. Now a driving run from Mendes into the penalty area, still going here. Mendes, he's managed to win it back, he tees it up, and it's just short for Barcola, but here's Mendes once more on the left hand side. This is better for Paris Saint-Germain. Vitinha plays it into a central position, and Hakimi, his touch was poor, but he's managed to keep hold of it. Desiree Doué, he's got an option wide, that's Dembele. Dembele hangs it into the far post, headed down by Vitinha. It's Bradley Barcola, and he smashes it in off the bar. What a goal for Paris Saint-Germain. And after a long wait of 18 games in the Champions League without a goal, it's a goal for Bradley Barcola. Bradley Barcola with a goal, and Paris Saint-Germain with the lead inside the opening 10 minutes. Wallop in off the bar. He could not have hit it any better. Power and accuracy from the nod down, and the rest is history. Barcola back amongst the Champions League goals. Hakimi gets it wide to Doué, who sends it wider still to Dembele, who hangs it up. It's headed down by João Neves, and wallop. What a hit from Bradley Barcola. It comes to him, and he takes it on the chest, and on the half volley, in off the bar from 8 yards out, from the nod down from João Neves. This is sensational finishing from a quality player, right up into the top corner, in off the bar. It's a super strike for Paris Saint-Germain, who lead at the Parc des Princes by 1-0. 10 minutes gone, and Bradley Barcola continues his excellent form. 3-3 in Ligue 1 McDonald's in France, and he goes and gets a goal here tonight. He's hitting the right notes at the right time, and Paris Saint-Germain have quickly washed out of their system that horrible 3-1 defeat on Friday at the hands of Monaco, who really didn't get going in that game at all. Played Monaco 4 times this season, incidentally, of Paris Saint-Germain, and in every single game they've fallen 1-0 behind. They lost both league games. They managed to get the better of Monaco in both of the recent Champions League playoff matches. Here they come again, and it's fluid, and Barcola's into the penalty area. Can he pull it back? No, he can't. And Wesley Fofana will bring it away and knocks it deep up towards the halfway line. Dealt with by Pacho. They're very much on top at the moment, are Paris Saint-Germain. Well, it's difficult when you have such a bad result like you did on Friday against Monaco, but they've put it completely out of their system. They've just taken a break, taken a step back. They've brought in João Neves to solidify that midfield, and he is pivotal. This is every inch as pivotal as Vitinha in there for me. And to have Ousmane Dembele back, and hoping that he can stay fit, because he just can't seem to play 3 games on the bounce without picking up an injury at the moment. Ousmane Dembele. They've bided their time in getting him back onto the pitch. Now they'll be hoping they can keep him on the pitch. But it's Paris Saint-Germain 1, Chelsea 0. It's Bradley Barcola with the goal, and what a goal it was too. Due's been flattened on his near side, knocked out of play by Cucurella. That's Bradley Barcola's been knocked out of play, not the ball. The ball is on the far side of the pitch, and it has been knocked out of play by the goal scorer, Bradley Barcola. His first goal in 11 matches this season in the Champions League. I tell you what, you could not have hit it any truer on the half volley. Splendid, splendid goal. And just remember that ball in from Reece James at the other end, it just needed a touch. Well, it got a touch off of João Pedro. Off of João Pedro. And had he not touched it, I think Pedro Neto would have got there, and it would have been 1-0 to Chelsea. It would have been a completely different story. Been a really exciting start to this game. Chelsea could have been ahead, but it's Paris Saint-Germain that are ahead, and what a goal. What a great team goal it was too. Malo Gusto brings it down, knocks it down the line to Cole Palmer, who's wrestling away with João Neves. Neves sticks with it. Long ball down the line, cutting inside is Chelsea winger Enzo Fernandez on the wing at the moment, and he cuts back inside, and his shot is high over the crossbar. Gets it into João Pedro. Pedro back to Enzo Fernandez onto the right foot, and he gets underneath it. Pulls it high over the crossbar. So a goal kick to Paris Saint-Germain, who lead here by 1-0. Here's the goal scorer, Barcola, inside to Dembele. Well, he's not an out-and-out centre-forward, Dembele. He's playing as a midfielder at the moment. This is Zaire Emery, the young 19-year-old, already a full international for Paris Saint-Germain, as is this man, Désiré Doué, fine talent, 20 years of age. They've got some smashing young players at Paris Saint-Germain. This is a very young team and a very good team. They are the European champions for a reason. Here is Dembele, out wide to, for me, the man of the moment, goal scorer, Barcola. It's in with Mendes. This is Dembele pinging it about with a bit of confidence and a bit of swagger at the moment. Here is Doué, he's trying his luck on the left-hand side, plays it inside to Mendes, who goes on the outside, and it smashes against the post, and the goalkeeper, Jorgensen, was nowhere in sight, and Paris Saint-Germain are ripping Chelsea at the moment. That was so unlucky. It was a hit from Mendes, and it smashed off the outside of the post, and it was within a whisker of making it 2-0. Here's Hakimi. Gets it back. What a different side they are, just to have Dembele and Neves in. They've had 3 shots on target already here, Paris Saint-Germain. They've been effective, and they are leading by 1-0. And they're on the attack again. Dembele picking the ball up. They don't play with an out-and-out centre-forward. Dembele goes up there when he feels like it. And he's just trotting up there very slow. It's almost walking pace at the moment. Into the area they go, and Doué tries to get there, but there's 2 defenders to smother. It wasn't Doué, it was Zaire Emery, and it's behind for a goal kick. Still Bodo Glimt 0, Sporting 0, still Real Madrid 0, Manchester City 0. If you want goals, then this is the place to be. Having a look at that shot from Ousmane Dembele, it was fingertipped onto the bar by the goalkeeper. It was going in otherwise. Good save by Jorgensen, who got the nearest to brushes with his fingertips. His gloves did the job. Saint-Germain 1, Chelsea 0. Well, this is a tie that is most probably going to go the course. It's going to ebb, it's going to flow, it's going to swing like a pendulum on a grandfather clock, I'm sure. The first swing has gone into the favour of Chelsea. They missed it. Then the next swing to Paris Saint-Germain, who equalised. And they've actually took one heck of a lot of confidence from that goal. They nearly made it to Ousmane Dembele hitting the post. It's been a bright start for this home side. The champions of Europe aren't going to relinquish their grip. and the elite prize without a fight. But here goes Pedro Neto, and he's into the box, and he's got away from Aquino. It's Neto across the face of goal. It could have gone anywhere. It hit the defender, which was Fernandez, and it went straight to the goalkeeper Safanov, who pounced on it. But my goodness me, that could have gone anywhere, and had it gone to a Chelsea player, it would have been 1-1. But Pedro Neto racing into the box, and that's one thing that McInnes isn't blessed with, and that's pace. And that is something that Chelsea will try and exploit again and again and again, I'm sure. But my goodness me, anywhere that could have gone, anywhere. But good defending nonetheless from Nuno Mendes. Here's Palmer, headed away by Pacho. Neves, free kick is given. Coutinho goes down. Foul was by Caicedo, trying to wrap his leg around the little Portuguese. It hits Mendes. It could have easily gone in, and Safanov was able to readjust his body, take the gather. 18 minutes gone. As a commentator, I've commentated on many a match that's had less excitement, crammed into 90 minutes. We've played nearly 19 minutes here, and it's been a cracking game. Paris Saint-Germain leading by a goal to nil. Bradley Barcola with the goal. What a goal it was too, inside the opening 10 minutes, into the top corner. Smashing hit from a head down by the returning João Neves, and he's made a big difference to Paris Saint-Germain, who, remember, lost last Friday here against Monaco 3-1, and they were comprehensively beaten by Monaco. Played really well, taking revenge for their Champions League exit. Monaco very much in the Champions League hunt again suddenly. They've done the double over Paris Saint-Germain this season. PSG not in a one-horse race by way of a change this year. Lens have put pay to that. The outsiders. Foul on Cole Palmer by João Neves, who is a brilliant footballer. He's also a competitor. And it's hard to believe that he is only 21. He was caught by Ousmane Dembele there, not by Neves. There has been a goal at the Bernabeu between Real Madrid and Manchester City. So they've got a nice early goal there. Which way has it gone? I can tell you, first blood in that tie has gone to Federico Valverde and to Real Madrid, who lead 1-0 in that game. Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 0. Here it's 0-0, but it's 1-0, sorry, to Paris Saint-Germain. But here's Pedro Neto into the box. It's João Pedro. It's deflected off the defender and headed away by Pacho. In goes Reece James. Pacho then smashes it against Reece James. He bobbles through to goalkeeper Safanov. Last night was quite a night with lots of goals and lots of late drama as well in all the games. This one is fitting the bill as well. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Chelsea 0. Bradley Barcola's goal after just 10 minutes. They've since hit the bar through, hit the post rather, through Dembele. Chelsea have threatened as well on more than one occasion. Taken on the chest by Moises Caicedo. Goes all the way back to Wesley Fofana. Not too many options, so he has to give it to his goalkeeper Jorgensen. Back out to Reece James. Inside to Trevor Chalobah. Wesley Fofana into Jorgensen. Jorgensen put under a little bit of pressure from Doué. Played out wide towards Malo Gusto. He manages to squeeze it forward to Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer can continue his run down the right-hand side. But look who's there again, João Neves, closing him down, getting a foot in, putting it away for a throw-in to Chelsea. He's had a couple of sightings of goal as João Pedro for Chelsea. He got a touch on that brilliant early cross from Reece James, but it wasn't enough, and it took it away in the end from Pedro Neto. Chalobah to Cucurella. Cucurella finding Neto, quickly inside to João Pedro. Now Pedro Neto. Cucurella inside his own half. João Pedro. Held by McInnes. that's nice from Chelsea, but they threw a ball from Enzo Caicedo. From Moises Caicedo, sorry. Merging two players together there, Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo's pass that wide was just too much for Pedro Neto. Marquinhos is on the ball at the moment, on the edge of his own penalty area, plays it across to Pacho. He's actually behind Pacho, so he has to make steps forward. Forward by Mendes, cut out by Malo Gusto. Gusto's done well to win that ball back there for Chelsea. Well, these two sides, there's not an awful lot between them, I don't think, on paper, and I think there will be competition here right the way through. And here come Chelsea looking for an equaliser. Cole Palmer in towards the penalty area, cuts back inside, still Palmer, plays it inside to Enzo. Brilliant tackle again, look who's there. He's such a good player, but he's given it away. João Neves to Cole Palmer, who took it off of him. Looked like a foul to me. No, it wasn't. And now Cucurella on the overlap from Pedro Neto. He's got time to get the cross in. He does get the cross in. The header towards goal was from João Pedro, and the save was an incredibly easy one in the end from the Russian Safanov. Plucked it out of the air with ease. It was a great piece of defensive play by João Neves, and then he gave the ball away. It looked like a foul, but nothing there according to the referee. So still 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. It's Bradley Barcola with the goal. This is Dembele coming deep again to retrieve the ball. Splits Chelsea open with the ball out wide to the goal scorer Bradley Barcola. Well, Chelsea have had their moments, that's for sure. I feel they've created enough to merit a way back into this game. Here's Bradley Barcola, and they've got to be very careful because here's Doué into the penalty area. Doué tries the shot, it'll come back to Doué. Good tackle by Enzo Fernandez to take it off of Desiree Doué. The winners of this tie will play against the winners of Galatasaray and Liverpool. Real Madrid, Manchester City will take on Atalanta or Bayern Munich. What a game that's going to be. Bayern Munich 6-1 up for the first leg. That's going to be Real Madrid or Manchester City against Bayern Munich. First leg in either Madrid or Manchester. Arsenal would face Bodo Glimt of Sporting if they can overcome Leverkusen after the 1-1 draw with Germany earlier. Newcastle or Barcelona against Atleti or Tottenham. Here's a shot coming in, and it was Bradley Barcola again. And out of nowhere on the corner edge of the penalty area, he's driven a low shot across the face of goal. He's cut inside Reece James, he's curled it, and it's just a yard or so wide of Philip Jorgensen's left hand. It's a hit for Bradley Barcola, who's certainly in the mood tonight. From the corner, played short, Dembele. Hakimi, now Vitinha. Hakimi again. Down the line to Dembele. Ousmane Dembele taking on Cole Palmer in a battle of the number 10s. The cross was way too deep, even for over on the far side, Bradley Barcola, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Chelsea, who trail here by a goal to nil. It's the first time these two sides have met for 10 years. They met at this stage exactly 10 years ago. Paris Saint-Germain winning both a round of 16 matches by 2 goals to 1, 4-2 on aggregate. It's been a decade since these two have locked horns. João Pedro, he's fouled inside his own half. He's had his foot trodden on, painful one, so he goes down, grimacing slightly. Just got caught. How many injuries do you get now in the game, because these boots are so wafer thin, and if you get a stud on your toe, you know about it. Zaire Emery into the feet of Doué. Doué back to Pacho. Pacho's given it away, and he's been caught out of position slightly, so dropping in is João Neves. Chelsea keeping ball. Caicedo reverses it inside. It's a good ball. Reece James down the middle. It's a great pass to Cole Palmer. Is into the penalty area, but taken off of it. Very good defending that by Mendes. Fernandez again. He's just taking it over the line on this near side. Over on the right hand side, he quickly jogs back to the left back position. Chelsea take the throw. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez out to the left, and look at the space he's got here for an equaliser, surely. Yes, Chelsea back level, and it's a goal for Malo Gusto, and that all came about because Nuno Mendes was out of position and he was trotting back slowly and he didn't get there quick enough. He should have sprinted. Chelsea equalised, Malo Gusto with a goal. But that was all about Nuno Mendes being caught out of position. Why he was over on the right hand side in the first place, but he jogs back and then he turns and he stays in a central position, and Malo Gusto sees the gap, goes forward, hits it low and hard. It hits the left hand of the goalkeeper Safanov, but he can't prevent it from going in, and Malo Gusto scores his third goal of the season. They've all come in the cup competitions, his second in the Champions League. And a good finish from Malo Gusto to make it Paris Saint-Germain 1, Chelsea 1. So an equalising goal from Malo Gusto. Well, you just felt that this game was going to have as many twists and turns as any cup drama. And sure enough, the former Lyon man, a Frenchman, scores against the French side for the English. It's Malo Gusto's equaliser that makes it 1-1. But what on earth was Nuno Mendes doing? He's gone over to the near side, which is the right hand side, and then he tries to keep it in play. It goes out of play, so it's a Chelsea throw. He jogs tentatively back into a central position, halfway back to his left back position, stops, turns round, faces the ball, stays in the same position, central. And then over on the left-hand side where he should be is Malo Gusto, who's naked to space. He's found and he smashes it past the goalkeeper for 1-1. And you can only attribute full blame for that goal to Nuno Mendes, I'm afraid. Pacho's header, giving it away again. Enzo Fernandez forward. This is João Pedro, wide to Pedro Neto. Chelsea have got their tails up now. It's Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 0. City in real trouble in the Bernabeu. Real Madrid turning on the style and winning by 2 goals to 0. Now another goal for Valverde. He's got 2 in 7 minutes. City are behind and chasing that game, and they've got to be careful they don't get wiped out of sight. Enzo Fernandez is being spoken to by the referee here. Bodo Glimt were given a penalty, and just trying to find out what happened there against Sporting. So Bodo Glimt penalty awarded. I've got a feeling VAR are looking at it. We'll try and get some news on that in a second. But in the meantime, here's Vitinha for Paris Saint-Germain, who were ahead but are now back level again. Thanks to that goal from Malo Gusto. Good strike, but what was Nuno Mendes doing? He's got to hold his position there, and if he's not there, he's got to get back. He's got to sprint. Why is he jogging? They have got a penalty, Bodo Glimt. Let you know what happens with that. It has been passed by VAR, I'm just being told here. It's Paris Saint-Germain player going down is Desiree Doué. Ball into the penalty area. It's cleared away by Chelsea. It's Chalobah. Now Cucurella with those flowing locks, long ball forward, a bit too long, and Makinos should get there first. He's trying to fend off Pedro Neto. Zaire Emery. He's got his captain Makinos inside. Instead he goes down the line, but he's giving it away. This is Neto again. It's past Enzo Fernandez now for a throw into PSG. Bodo Glimt to score from the penalty spot. It's Bodo Glimt 1, Sporting 0. Champions League is hotting up. Bodo Glimt, well, they'd be a quarter-finalists, I wonder. Zaire Emery goes long, but there's no one up there for Paris Saint-Germain. It's Cucurella. Deep ball into the Paris Saint-Germain half, and that will roll all the way through as well to Safanov. 32 minutes gone. Calm before the next storm. It's 1-1. Chelsea have had a few half chances before they took the chance to equalise through Malo Gusto. Paris Saint-Germain have hit the post as well as scoring themselves. It's been an intriguing opening 32 minutes in this game. We expected it to be what it has turned out to be so far. Entertaining, ebbing and flowing, two very good footballing sides having a right go at one another. They won't sit back and wait for the other to get at them. They'll go themselves. Here's Barcola, he proving just that with the ball inside, but it's a poor ball, and Enzo Fernandez mops it up. It's given away by Caicedo. On again by Doué. This is Zaire Emery. Back out wide to Hakimi. Down the line, Doué against Trevor Chalobah. Correa trying to close down Hakimi. Hakimi's got the ball at his feet, corner edge of the penalty area. Brings it inside to Zaire Emery. Coutinho keeps it moving. Wide from Pacho. Now Mendes to Barcola. Barcola's got two defenders in front of him, doubling up Gusto and Palmer. And then the ball into the box was a disappointing one, and it's easily gathered by the goalkeeper. So a goal in all the ties already tonight. Sporting 1, Sporting 0, Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 0. It's 1-1 between PSG and Chelsea. One in the air by Joao Neves. It's Paris Saint-Germain's turn to have a little dabbling attack. Vitinha out wide to the left, and Mendes. There's Neves. Kills it to his Portuguese counterpart, Vitinha. Zaire Emery. Out wide again to Doué. Doué with a little step over, taking on Cucurella. Goes on the outside of Cucurella. Does Doué flicks it against the Chelsea fullback, the Spaniard. It's going to be a throw in to PSG. Back again to Vitinha. Keeps it moving. Pacho out wide to Mendes. He's got Barcola on the outside, should he need him. He's been blocked off at the moment. Vitinha, he finds a way through to Barcola. Barcola to Mendes and back to Vitinha. Still Vitinha, holds on to it, gives it to Barcola. Barcola on the left hand side, picks out Pacho, 25-30 yards from goal. Marquinhos, wide to Hakimi. Back in again to Marquinhos, slightly right of centre, 10 yards beyond the halfway line. Here goes Vitinha to Barcola. Seems to be upended on the edge of the penalty area. The referee says play on. Paris Saint-Germain still got the ball. This is Marquinhos. High ball in towards the penalty area, but it was the wrong angle. Right idea, wrong angle from Marquinhos, and an easy gather for the Chelsea goalkeeper. And we're into the last 10 minutes of the first half, and it is still 1-1. 4 shots to 2 in favour of Paris Saint-Germain are on target. 6 on target already in this game. And Zaire Emery with a poor pass from Hakimi. It's picked up by Cole Palmer. Quickly gets it wide to João Pedro. João Pedro, the Brazilian, knocks it against the hand of Pacho, but referee plays on. Paris Saint-Germain have it wide on the left-hand side with Barcola. Barcola cuts inside. Can't quite find Joao Neves, and it's cleared away by Enzo to Cole Palmer again. Haven't seen the best of Cole Palmer, I don't think, yet in a Chelsea shirt tonight. On the stage where it matters most. Jorgensen clears the ball for Chelsea up to the halfway line. Cushioned forward by Marquinhos. This is Zaire Emery to Hakimi. Back out wide to Ousmane Dembele. Now Desiré Doué. Back out wide by Zaire Emery to Dembele. Reverses it back to Hakimi. Finding Vitinha, who will split the ball out to the left-hand side. And Paris Saint-Germain trying to pull and stretch Chelsea's defence. Not able to do so at the moment, though. Vitinha goes the other way. Marquinhos looks up, goes wide. This is Hakimi into Dembele. Dembele tries the defence splitting pass, saw the run Oh, João Pedro couldn't quite find him though, and Chelsea clear the ball away, and that's one heck of a ball. And the goalkeeper Savinov comes a long way out of his penalty area to get there ahead of Pedro Neto, and he's having to get back quickly here because Chelsea have kept it in play. And this is João Pedro Neto, João Pedro again. He's got three Paris Saint-Germain players around him. One of them is Zaire Emery, does well to win the ball. It's Neves to Hakimi. 7.5 minutes to half time. Mendes, who's at fault for the equalising goal, caught out of position purely because he didn't sprint back when he needed to. Dembele to Vitinha. Cola. It's nice play. Can they get the cross in? No, they can't. It came off of. It was Mendes that made the run down the line. Now, does that come off of Chelsea man? I've got a feeling it came straight off of Mendes as opposed to Gusto, and the goal kick was the net result. So not a good night so far for the 2022 winners Manchester City. 2-0 down away at Real Madrid. So, goal kick to Chelsea. Found a way back into this game, levelling it at 1-1 thanks to the goal from Malo Gusto of all people. Cancelling out the brilliant opener from Bradley Barcola. Here is Gusto, who is in direct opposition to fellow goal scorer Barcola tonight. Now Cole Palmer on the right, twisting and turning and trying to find a way to open up Paris Saint-Germain on the corner edge of the penalty area. Gusto is it short to Enzo. This is Reece James. Reece James pulls it back. Cole Palmer with a shot and a great save by the goalkeeper Safinov, smuggled away by Hakimi, and that could have easily been a chance for Chelsea. Instead, there's a chance at the other end for the home side. It's with Dembele, and Dembele scores. What a breakaway, devastating from Paris Saint-Germain, and it's a goal for Ousmane Dembele. He is the Ballon d'Or winner, and that demonstrates exactly why. Paris Saint-Germain 2, Chelsea 1. That was a devastating breakaway. Cole Palmer got the ball, first time hit, brilliant save from Safinov. It falls to Hakimi, gets it forward, and Zaire Emery quickly takes a sidestep and sends Dembele down the middle. He comes up against Reece James, goes inside, then comes back on the outside on his right foot. And he gets the shot away against Wesley Fofana and angles it into the far corner and out of the reach. It took a slight deflection off of Wesley Fofana, but Paris Saint-Germain reinstate their advantage through Ousmane Dembele. 2-1. Wow, that just typifies what this game is all about. A chance at one end, a chance at the other. You can't take your eyes off it. You can't tell me for 1 minute that Real Madrid and Manchester City are eclipsing this entertainment at the Bernabeu tonight. I very much doubt it. Dembele with a goal. 5 minutes to half time. Chelsea behind for the second time. Wow, devastating, devastating. And Dembele, well, he didn't panic. He's not slow, Dembele. I don't think he's the quickest, but he's not slow. But my goodness me, he knew exactly what he was doing there. There's Doué for Paris Saint-Germain. Back heel, can't quite find Zaire Emery, who's like a little wasp flying around trying to win back that all-important ball. To Wesley Fofana. It's been nicked back here by Desiré Doué, but the referee doesn't like the challenge on Caicedo by Doué and gives a free kick to Chelsea. Paris Saint-Germain 2, Chelsea 1 here. What a first half it has been. Bradley Barcola with a stunning goal to give Paris Saint-Germain the lead. They struck back through Malo Gusto's equaliser. only for Ousmane Dembele on a devastating counter-attack to reinstate Paris Saint-Germain's advantage. Here's Cole Palmer, who missed the chance, brilliantly saved by Safanov just moments before the goal. It's Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Manchester City certainly not getting it all their own way in the Champions League tonight. It's a hat-trick for Federico Valverde. He doesn't score many goals, he's got 3 in the first half. He's got the match ball, and it isn't even half-time yet. 3-0 Manchester City trail. To think they're without Mbappe, they're without Bellingham. Hunting the ball down here are Paris Saint-Germain. Caicedo is fouled, so a free kick to Chelsea, who trail by 2 goals to 1. Just over 2 minutes to go to half-time. I don't think we're going to have too much added time. No one's been down injured. There's no medics have come on. Kimi has closed down Enzo Fernandez. Great pressing from Paris Saint-Germain. The pressure on Chelsea at the back, looking for a third before half-time, which is of course what Real Madrid have got. A hat-trick for Valverde, 3-0. Manchester City facing an uphill struggle to stay in the Champions League at this rate. Well, good night for the English so far. Arsenal did get a dubious penalty in the last minute away at Bayer Leverkusen. Havertz scored against his old club, so 1-1 there. If they win that, they will be away to Bodo Glimt or Sporting. Fancy Arsenal for a semi-final place. It's beginning to look like it could be Real Madrid against Bayern Munich in one of the other quarter-finals. It's mouth-watering, isn't it? But I tell you what, there's more mouth-watering action still in the round of 16 before we start thinking about the quarter-finals. You wouldn't want to say which one of these two teams is going to make it through. I tell you what, there's a good chance that Bodo Glimt will, though, in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, and you wouldn't want to be playing them. That could well be Arsenal. Bodo Glimt 2, Sporting 0. Right in the stroke of half-time. It's an amazing story, isn't it, Bodo Glimt? Amazing. I hate to say it, and I sound like the prophet of doom, but they are going to get ripped apart in the summer, aren't they? Those transfers. There will be big clubs hovering at the entrance to that stadium, waiting to pick off the best of the talent, and they've got some really good players. Bodo Glimt. You don't reach the quarter-final as a minnow in a small country like Norway. It just doesn't happen without having good players. Safanov's come a long way out of his penalty area. All 3 ties tonight, being won by the home side. 2 of those ties by 2 clear goals. Paris Saint-Germain looking to follow suit here. The 2-1 up. They've hit the post as well, but Chelsea have had their chances in a thoroughly absorbing and entertaining first half. Play on, says the referee. Looked like a foul on Zaire Emery by Enzo Fernandez. He reverses it into Pedro Neto. He's got caught up a little bit. Enzo Fernandez can't find a way through, and it's cleared away by Zaire Emery. He is calling the Wasp because he's such a busy little character in that midfield. A hard worker, but he's a good player as well. He can play, he can score your goals. And so the second goal for Dembele. It's been given away here by Enzo Fernandez. Straight to Bradley Barcola, but he can't keep hold of it. And then a foul by Cole Palmer as the 1 minute of added time has passed us by without us even noticing we've got that far. And it's Bradley Barcola's goal that gave Paris Saint-Germain the lead, cancelled out by Malo Gusto's equaliser, only for Ousmane Dembele on a devastating breakaway, having hit the post to score a second for PSG. It's been a thoroughly entertaining first half. Long may it continue into the second half. At half-time, it's Paris Saint-Germain that lead Chelsea by 2 goals to 1. We'll be back for the second half right after this break. half-time. So, as you were, as Chelsea get us underway in this second half, kicking from left to right in all white. Paris Saint-Germain usually playing all dark blue and in all black tonight. I don't know the explanation behind the change of colour, but it is black against white tonight. If I was watching in black and white, it is black against white. There is no colour clash here, that's for certain. Paris Saint-Germain winning it back with Ousmane Dembele. Played across by Vitinha to Kinos. Calming influence at the back. The record appearance holder for Paris Saint-Germain. The caps for Brazil. He's had an illustrious career. Most of it's been spent here. Paris Saint-Germain. Kimi to Kinos. Pacho with that distinguished white strapping on his left wrist. On back by Chelsea and by Reece James. Can't find Enzo Fernandez, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in, which is taken quickly. Vitinha waiting to be closed down by Cole Palmer, and then goes square to Pacho. Now Makinos. It's with Vitinha again. The edge of his penalty area, but he looks so comfortable on the ball. Little wizard. And a long ball forward, and it's a great ball towards Barcola. The goalkeeper came out and he very nearly got there. Bradley Barcola from the long ball for Nuno Mendes. Goalkeeper did enough. This is Malo Gusto with a step over, gives it inside to his captain, Reece James. Put a really good cross in early on in the game at 0-0, which he got a touch, João Pedro, and it took it away from Pedro Neto and wide. If he didn't touch it, I think Pedro Neto would have scored. Here come the Parisians again. Thierry Emery gets on the end of the pass to return the favour. Was Hakimi. They shout for a corner. Goal kick is the net result. I think it's the right decision as well for Desiree Doué. Bradley Barcola almost got the better of Jorgensen with that long through ball. Parisians have the advantage at the moment, but there's still a long way to go in this tie, and it's going to be a tight affair, isn't it? Augusta. By Wesley Fofana. Long knock up to the halfway line. It's been flicked on by João Pedro, but Paris Saint-Germain equal to it. Safarov at the edge of his penalty area, dabs it down with his hands and can clear away. Bodo Glimt 2, Sporting 0 at half-time. And Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0 at half-time. They're both into the second half like this one. 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Reece James curls it out to the right-hand side, taken in his stride by Malo Gusto. Looks to go forward, and does. Finds Cole Palmer, who goes on the outside of João Pedro. Palmer gets the better of João Pedro. And that's great recovery from João Neves. Not João Pedro. João Neves, sorry. And Neves got back there and got the all-important touch to put it behind for a corner, which Neto is going to take. Rossinia. His hands in his pockets, animated on the touchline. Played short this corner. This is Cole Palmer into a central position. Caicedo to Enzo Fernandez. Goes backwards. Gusto can't find a way back into the penalty area. Reece James gets the loose ball. 1-2 between him and Caicedo. And Enzo Fernandez whips it away to the right, and Neto takes it down in his strike. Can he get the cross in? He's going to go alone here. Neto still going, eventually cleared away by Pacho. Taken by Doué. Doué was knocked off his stride. Referee was happy with the challenge from Reece James. earlier on today. Bayer Leverkusen 1, Arsenal 1, late penalty, controversial penalty as well. I don't think it was a penalty. Kai Havertz equalising for Arsenal. Here's McKenna sliding the ball away over on the far side to throw into Chelsea. Five gone in the second half. Both teams have had 7 attempts at goal. 5 on target from PSG, 3 from Chelsea. Lovely skills at the feet of Jorgensen to see off Bradley Barcola again. Cleared away by Enzo Fernandez, chasing after it. João Pedro, it's a good header. João Neves, who was fouled in the process, and the free kick is given. Wallop got the header back to his goalkeeper, João Neves, and then absolutely flattened by João Pedro. Mendes, inside to Hakimi, the right back, is joining in on the left wing now. That's what Paris Saint-Germain can do. Out towards the right, and the centre forward is playing as the right winger at the moment. Ousmane Dembele, his side leading by 2 goals to 1 thanks to his second goal. Gave his side the lead for the second time. Zaire Emery gets it back again from Dembele. Lovely flick from Dembele. Back inside. They can go again here. Makinos to Mendes, back into Vitinha. Neves, Vitinha, Makinos. Poor pass from Makinos in the end. It was too far ahead of Zaire Emery. Paris Saint-Germain 2, Chelsea 1. 52 gone, 7 in the second half. Second leg to come in 6 days' time. Forward, or flick backwards I should say, sorry, by João Pedro. Caicedo back to his goalkeeper. He's much, much better than Sanchez with the ball at his feet, is Jorgensen. It's Reece James. This is Caicedo. Back to Trevor Chalobah. Now Cucurella rolls it down the line to Pedro Neto inside his own half, and being chased by Makinos, who's not going to leave his side by the look of things. Went down the line, and that's going to be a throw-in off of Hakimi, thrown to Chelsea. This is Pedro and Pacho. South American dance between those two, and the Ecuadorian is judged to have been fouled by the Brazilian, so a free kick to Paris Saint-Germain. Still PSG leading by 2 goals to 1. Let's quickly go through the teams for you. Paris Saint-Germain, Safanov in goal, Hakimi, Makinos, Pacho and Mendes, and you've got Vitinha, Zaire Emery and Neves in midfield, Doué and Barcola supporting Dembele in attack. For Chelsea, Jorgensen, back 4 of Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah and Cucurella. In midfield, James, the captain, Caicedo and Enzo, and Cole Palmer, Neto and João Pedro. Pacho to the feet of Barcola, nibbling away at his ankles was Reece James. He's got away from Reece James, and now it's Mendes. Mendes ominously forward, wide to Barcola, edge of the penalty area, cuts inside Barcola. It's left by Dembele. It's Zaire Emery who finds Hakimi. Can Hakimi get the cross in? He can, and it's turned away in the nick of time by Trevor Chalobah, and that was incisive and dangerous and ominous from a Chelsea point of view as Paris Saint-Germain went looking for a third. They would love a 2-goal cushion to take to London in 6 days' time. Vitinha wide again. On this near side, it's Mendes. Mendes has been flawless apart from the goal. Real Madrid have got a penalty against Manchester City. Could be a chance to make it 4 at the Bernabeu. Is Zaire Emery. Hakimi. Coming deep is Dembele. The ball out wide to Zaire Emery was a poor one, and then cleared by Cucurella. It hit Zaire Emery on the hand, and that will be a throw in. Oh, sorry, free kick. To Chelsea deep inside their own half. The scoreline is still 10 minutes gone in the second half, 2-1 to Paris Saint-Germain. There are substitutes warming up for both sides. For Paris Saint-Germain, their bench includes Karica Kvaratskhelia, Kane Ying and Gonzalo Ramos as well. Zabanye, the former Bournemouth man for Chelsea. They've got Liam Delap. Gehu is there as well. Mamadou Sarr is back up at the back. Romeo Lavio, Andre Santos as midfield options. Maybe Alejandro Garnacho. They've missed the penalty, Real Madrid. Chance to go 4-0 up against Manchester City, but they've missed the penalty. How costly could that be? Here's Doué showing a clean pair of heels, and he gets away as well from the defender. And he really did roast Trevor Chalobah there, Desiree Doué. It was a foot race, shoulder to shoulder, and with a blink of an eye, he was a yard ahead of him. Recovery from Caicedo. Corner, which should have been, was actually a goal kick. Here's João Pedro taking the ball, turning into Pacho. Coutinho wins it back. Saint-Germain just need to be careful. Zaire Emery has allowed Pedro Neto to get a run on the defender Marquinhos. Pulled back 2-2, and it's Enzo Fernandez. Well, they gave Pedro Neto the licence to get forward, and he didn't need a second opportunity. It was given away by Desiree Doué, and Chelsea punished Paris Saint-Germain with an equalising goal from Enzo Fernandez, the World Cup winner. The Argentine scores, and that levels things at 2-2. It came to Doué, and he was a little slack on the halfway line. He let Pedro Neto get goal side of him. He gets away from Marquinhos, who's not the quickest, and the pullback was excellent. And he's just got to tuck it into the corner with the instep of the right foot from 8 yards out. And the Chelsea number 8 makes it 2-2. It's his 12th goal of the season. And another goal for Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea back level. Three goals in 9 matches in the Champions League this season. And Desiree Doué has to be apportioned the blame there. Well, both goals that Chelsea have scored tonight, you have to pick the bones out with some poor defending. First goal, Nuno Mendes. Second one, Desiree Doué. 13 minutes into the second half, and it's Chelsea that have their equalising goal. And it's the game that just keeps on giving. Gusto's throw, he's in amongst the goals tonight as well. Scored the Chelsea first equaliser. Twice Chelsea have battled back. But not effectively by Wesley Fofana. Rhys James back to his goalkeeper. This time clearance from Jorgensen. Cole Palmer. Is it going to be a throw into Chelsea? Yes, it is. It looks like Kvaratskhelia is about to come on. I wonder if he's going to come on for Doué, who's been relatively quiet and ineffective tonight. And that mistake was a costly one. Marquinhos to Pacho. Now Mendes for Paris Saint-Germain. Flick inside by João Neves, and it wins Paris Saint-Germain a throw. They haven't really got going in this second half, Paris Saint-Germain. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0, Bodo Glimt 2, Sporting 0. This one is looked at 2-2, and a very entertaining game it is too. Coutinho. This is Mendes on the halfway line in the left-back position for Paris Saint-Germain. Aquinas. It's with Coutinho, back to Pacho, and he only just cleared that in the nick of time because João Pedro was closing in on him. Two unforced errors at the back for Paris Saint-Germain have ended up costing them dearly tonight. Scored two quality goals. Conceded two that were preventable. But that's looking at it from a PSG point of view. Chelsea will be very pleased to have scored two in the Parc des Princes. Leave this place without defeat tonight, they'll be more than happy going into the second leg at Stamford Bridge. Here's Bagley Barcola, he's got a yard on Gusto, gives it to Vitinha, turns it back to Mendes inside to Neves. Neves is ball out wide, he's done very well to keep that in as Desiree Doué. And the second time, here's Hakimi, gets it back again from Zaire Emery, touched off by Neves. Wide by Aquinas. Keeping the ball at the moment, Paris Saint-Germain. It's been given away. Working through the lines to João Pedro, in through the centre circle, lays it off to Cole Palmer. Back to Trevor Chalobah, and then wide to Cucurella. Cucurella beating Zaire Emery to the ball, rolling it down the line to Neto. Cucurella again, charged down by Hakimi, throwing to Chelsea. Here comes that change, and it is Doué that comes off. Hooked after the error that led to the Chelsea second equaliser. He is replaced by a very dangerous Kavica Kvaratskhelia. On comes the Georgian, who's only got 5 goals this season. He is real talent, that's for sure. He'll offer something direct and dangerous with pace and skill. Very entertaining player to watch. Kavica Kvaratskhelia. This is Vitinha for Paris Saint-Germain, who at times have lost this game, but other times have looked a little susceptible. It's ebbed and flowed, but the second half not quite the same tempo as the first. Both managers taking into account that this is a results-driven business, and much as we really enjoyed the entertainment of the first half, a few tweaks have made this a little less easy on the eye, probably a little bit more easy on the eye for Messrs Enrique and Rosinha. Zaire Emery hits it against Pedro Neto, out wide to Kvaratskhelia, who can bomb forward. It's brought down by a combination of Pedro Neto and Marc Cucurella. It's actually Enzo Fernandez that chopped across him and brought him down. So it will be a free kick to Paris Saint-Germain inside their own half. Kinos will take it short to Vitinha, out wide to Hakimi. Vitinha again. There's too many players on the pitch there that won't be part of the World Cup at the summer. Perhaps the exception to the rules. Barcola tries to whiz through the middle. Malo Gusto did just about enough to stop him from going through. Gusto did well, stayed with him all the way. Off his back, and then he cleared it against Wesley Fofana. Got away with it though. Kvaratskhelia making a dart for the box, reverses it back to Vitinha, dancing past Cole Palmer with ease. Kvaratskhelia turns one way then the other, but well read by Caicedo. Forward by Palmer, held up by João Pedro, being chased by Neves. Neves does really well in the battle of the Joaos. Pacho finding Makinos, he's got time and space just inside his own half, gets it wide to Dembele. Vitinha to the feet of Bradley Barcola. Barcola gets it wide. Now it's Mendes. Mendes early ball in, and it was left by Wesley Fofana and taken in the midriff by goalkeeper Philip Jurgensen. Good take by the goalkeeper. 65 on the clock. Paris Saint-Germain 2, Chelsea 2. This is Neves, inside to Petit. Zaire Emery. Neves again. On the left-hand side, it's Nuno Mendes, the Portuguese. Back from another Portuguese, Neves. More Portuguese players than Wolves at the moment. Paris Saint-Germain, here's another. It's a lovely ball from Vitinha to set away the Moroccan. On the right side, Hakimi. Dembele, Hakimi, level with the edge of the box, taking on Cucurella. Hakimi tees it up to Dembele. Dembele just outside the penalty area, back to Hakimi, takes a touch. Can he get the cross in? Just one poor touch there, allowing the ball to be cleared away by Trevor Chalobah. They'll come back again here with Neves and Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain driving forward. Vitinha into the penalty area, goes to the return. Is it going to be kept in play? It is just by Mendes. In fact, the goal kick has been given, so he couldn't have kept it in play after all. And so, goal kick to Chelsea. Away to our left-hand side. Goalkeeper flanked by his two central defenders. Chalobah plays it back into Jorgensen, who puts his studs on the ball and then kicks long downfield onto the chest of João Pedro on the halfway line. Knocked on by Kvaratskhelia. This is Zaire Emery into Dembele. Good tackle coming in from Trevor Chalobah, and now it's João Pedro over the halfway line. Gets it out wide to that left-hand side, and João Pedro. Pedro Neto, okay, say that. Gets it back from Reece James. Wesley Fofana. Battle of the number 29s there. Wesley Fofana against Barcola. Fofana's put the ball out of play for a throw into Paris Saint-Germain. And we're going to see a change for Paris Saint-Germain in a minute. The ever-dependable Lee Kang-Ying is coming on. He can score you a goal. He's a good winger. He's a player that Luis Enrique always seems to turn to. South Korea. Not sure who would make way for him. So put the ball away over onto the left-hand side, so straight out of play. Hakimi to take this throw in. Just past the midway point in the second half. It is Ousmane Dembele that will come off. We're not chancing him for a full 90, but he's hit the post and scored the goal. Lee will come on. I imagine it's probably going to be Kvaratskhelia to the left-hand side, Barcola down the middle, and Lee Kang-Ying will go on the right for Paris Saint-Germain. So Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner, goal and a post. So he takes his tally for the season into double figures. 8 goal involvements in 2026 before tonight, so it's 9 now. Dembele, which is not bad really. You think he missed a large chunk of this season. He won the Ballon d'Or and he played for 2 months. 21 minutes to go, 2-2. This game isn't going to be decided tonight, I don't think. It's going to be a big affair next week at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea against Paris Saint-Germain. We're looking forward to that one. There's Pacho. Now, João Neves. Again to Pacho. Real Madrid still 2-0 up on Sporting. Real Madrid 3-0 up on Manchester City. Quinos cross to Vitinha. Wide to Barcola, who's still out on this near side. Looks like they've gone with Kvaratskhelia down the middle. So Emery could join in on the attack as well. In goes Barcola. It was coming together between Barcola and Gusto. Both players go down. We haven't had a medic on the pitch in the opening 3/4 of this game. And Gusto just got caught slightly there by Barcola. Just trying to work out how they are setting up here. Paris Saint-Germain. It's 19 minutes to go. It's a free kick to Chelsea. It's 2-2. It's just inside the Paris Saint-Germain half. It's gone backwards as well. Jorgensen goes long. First touch on the ball long was from João Pedro, but Paris Saint-Germain have cleared, and they clear long. It's Rhys James who's furthest back there, gathering the ball, giving it to Trevor Chalobah, out wide to Cucurella, down the line to Pedro Neto. Cucurella again, can't quite link up with Enzo Fernandez, and it does go out for a Chelsea throw-in on the far side. Chelsea warming up several of their subs. No Estevao tonight. He's still not fit, on his way back from injury. Cucurella clears. Enzo Fernandez turns away from Hakimi, who brings him down. Free kick to the visiting team, Chelsea. Setting the second leg up very nicely indeed. It's a long ball forward from Chelsea. Marquinhos will get there first, edge of his penalty area, wide on the right hand side, plays it down the line, it bypasses Hakimi. It's been won back here by João Pedro. Position, so Marquinhos steps in and clears it for touch on the far side. It's going to be a throw in, and Bodo Glimt have gone 3-0 up against Sporting. It's quite a story, that, isn't it? Bodo Glimt 3, Sporting 0. Nice turn from Pedro Neto, and he gets past two defenders and he gets a cross in, and it's come out to Malo Gusto, who was looking for his second goal of the evening but didn't make a firm connection with it. Down the line it goes from Mendes. Foot in from Barcola to deny Enzo Fernandez a route forward. It's wide to Cucurella on the left hand side. Pedro Neto back to Cucurella. Inside to Enzo Fernandez, trying to fend off Hakimi to wrestling for possession. Enzo Fernandez comes away with it. Rhys James back to his goalkeeper. That Safanov, who's given it away. It's Kvaratskhelia, plays it inside. Vitinha with a little chip, and it's 3-2. And it's a dreadful error from Philip Jorgensen. And Vitinha was so cool with the finish over the top of the goalkeeper. What a gift for Paris Saint-Germain with 16 minutes to go. And it's the little midfield maestro that gives Paris Saint-Germain the lead for the third time in this game. Vitinha leaps over the advertising boards behind the goal away to our left and celebrates with the home fans. That's his 7th goal of the season, and he saves most of them for the cup. Jorgensen's cleared it to Barcola. It comes to Kvaratskhelia, who plays it inside, and he's still got work to do here, by the way. Plays it inside, and he's just flicked it up in the air as Vitinha and played it over the top of the goalkeeper. It is a super little lob. Just flicks it up in the air and just in step of the right foot places it over the top of the goalkeeper and into the net for 3-2. It's a brilliant finish, but this time it's Chelsea that cause all their own problems and not Paris Saint-Germain in the conceding of a goal. Both the Chelsea goals tonight have come from errors from Paris Saint-Germain, but the third Paris Saint-Germain goal comes from Vitinha, who loves scoring in the Champions League. He's got 6 in 11 now, and he makes it 3-2. And it came out of nothing because they've really created very little in this second half, PSG. And Chelsea self-imploding there with the goalkeeper giving the ball away. Barcola and Kvaratskhelia teeing up Vitinha, and the finish was sublime. And now Kvaratskhelia is off down the middle. He's only got one defender between him and the goal. Malo Gusto makes that 2. He turns away, and now it's 3. But he's through here. Is Kvaratskhelia still going? Great challenge coming in from Wesley Fofana to smuggle the ball away, and Paris Saint-Germain very much on the front foot as they win a corner. Out of nothing, they've suddenly started to cause Chelsea problems here. If they could get another and get a 2-goal advantage going into the game at Stamford Bridge, you'd fancy that they're about to make a change. Paris Saint-Germain. Sure, it may well be Lucas Fernandez coming on. So, corner comes in, it's only been partially cleared. It came off of Fernandez or Kvaratskhelia, not sure who. Bobbled into the arms of the goalkeeper. He's had a good game tonight up until that point. Jorgensen. It's been a disastrous couple of days for English clubs' goalkeepers, isn't it? Tottenham's last night. Kinski had a rotten game, didn't he? In Spain. Long ball forward towards Cole Palmer. Safanov has to come out of his penalty area. Cushions it away with his chest for a throw-in. 3 ties tonight in the Champions League. Bolo Grant, PSG and Real Madrid scoring 3. It is Hernandez to come on for Bradley Barcola, who's run his course with his goal. On will come Lucas Fernandez. It's a double change. Zaire Emery is coming off as well. Midfield. Mayulu is the player coming on. What a bright young 19-year-old French under-21 international. Scored in the 5-0 win over Inter in last year's final. He's followed it up with 4 goals so far this season. Doesn't often get a start, but it's in there today. Nuno Mendes will go forward. Kvaratskhelia down the middle, I suspect. Mendes go more left wing now. So here come Chelsea. Are they in for a third equaliser? Cucurella gets it back out wide to Enzo Fernandez. Loses it under his footing. Touch by João Pedro. It's one back by James in the centre circle for Chelsea. Squares it to Wesley Fofana. Wide to Gusto. And the Chelsea goal scorers. 3-2, it does leave it very well balanced for a second leg at Stamford Bridge. Still 12 minutes to play in this game. I can't even contemplate trying to predict anything in this game. 5 goals in this game, 3 of them instantly preventable, but it's been a very entertaining affair. Not quite so entertaining in the second half, but we still had 2 goals. Here come Chelsea. It's wide towards Pedro Neto from João Pedro into the box, and there's the equaliser, tucked away by João Pedro, but the offside flag is up and it won't count. Played out wide. I thought he was offside the first time around, I'll be totally honest with you, João Pedro, but the referee plays on. It's that phase of play, they let it go, but as he collects it, yes, he's definitely offside. João Pedro turns it wide to Pedro Neto, and it will be checked by VAR, but I think that's going to be a disallowed goal for offside against João Pedro. Means that Chelsea's third equaliser doesn't stand. remains at 3-2. We're just about to move into the final 10 minutes, and it's been a thoroughly absorbing game. Cleared away by Makinos. Only as far as Trevor Chalobah. Back by Wesley Fofana to his goalkeeper, Jorgensen. Over the defender, Trevor Chalobah was, in fact it was Fofana that's been knocked over, and it was by Kvaratskhelia. Confirmation of the graphic of the VAR that he was actually clearly offside with daylight between the defender and him when the ball was played to him. It's a suggested new rule, isn't it? Daylight between the defender and the attacker for it to be offside. Well, that would have been offside in the new rule, if that new rule is ever passed. Wasn't even as tight as we thought. There's been 10 attempts on target in this game, 4 from Chelsea, 6 from Paris Saint-Germain. And exactly 50% conversion rate from two teams. 3-2 Paris Saint-Germain lead. Here's Vitinha. Such a clever, tidy player. Gets it wide to Lee Kang-Ying. Haven't seen too much of him. And here goes Hakimi. Hakimi into the penalty area. It's left all the way, and Kvaratskhelia in a race to keep it in play on this near side. Slides, stops it, but then the ball is out of play, and Cole Palmer and Kvaratskhelia square up as Kvaratskhelia knocks the ball away from Chelsea being able to take the throw quickly. Palmer didn't like that much. Kvaratskhelia, Palmer had a quick chest to chest before getting on with the game. Gusta rushes off the head of Neves. Here's Neves again inside to Vitinha. He's given it away for the first time in his entire life, I think. Chelsea about to make a double substitution. Looks like Romeo Lavia is about to come on for Chelsea, and so too is Delap. So it's Lavia and Delap to come on. Interesting to see who's going to be taken off here. First player taken off is Joao Pedro. Just had that goal disallowed. So top goes Leon Delap. Palmer is the other player to come off. Just the one Champions League goal still this season for Palmer. Lavia coming on. He's more of a holding midfielder, so it'll be interesting to see where that one leads. It's Reece James that gets released further forward, not too sure. Does look like Reece James has inched further forward now to a number 10 role. We've got 4 central midfielders, but here's Delap into the penalty area. Can he get the shot away? Well, he can't beat Pacho. It's a corner. Flips it against Pacho. In fact, he doesn't. He puts it straight behind himself. Didn't need Pacho to block it. It's a goal kick. 6.5 minutes to go. Still Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Still Bodo Glimt 3, Sporting 0. Healthy leads that for the second leg for Real Madrid and Bodo Glimt. Bayer Leverkusen 1, Arsenal 1. Late leveller there for Kai Havertz in the penalty spot. Very dubious penalty. I believe VAR fell hook, line, sinker for that. What art VAR doing? I have to question. Didn't look like a penalty to me. Looks like, as things change here in the last few minutes, and there's every chance of it happening, it does look like Chelsea will have to win over 90 minutes in the second leg at home to Paris Saint-Germain. And their home form this season, Chelsea, has not always been that great. Drew with Burnley, lost at home to Sunderland. They've had some high-profile poor results, and here come PSG looking for more. It's Lee Kang-Ying to Hakimi. Hakimi teeing it up. Back out wide from Vitinha. Hakimi, Vitinha. Down by the corner flag, reversing it back to Hakimi again. Vitinha and Hakimi working their way out of a tight situation really well. Challenge coming in from Caicedo, who sends it forward. This is Reece James. Reece James, though, had his pocket picked. That's really good play by Paris Saint-Germain. High up the field by Seni Mayulu. Mayulu is more or less playing as the centre forward at the moment. Kvaratskhelia on the right. Lee Kang-ying's gone into the midfield. Here comes a shot, and there is goal number 4, and it's Kvaratskhelia. Well, maybe, just maybe, that might just put Paris Saint-Germain in the driving seat in this tie. 5 minutes to go. Paris Saint-Germain 4, Chelsea 2, and it's Kvaratskhelia with the goal. It's a disaster for Chelsea to concede a 4th goal. It's a real tonic for Kvaratskhelia, who hit it with venom into the corner past Jorgensen. A bolt out of the blue, which leaves the Blues with plenty to do. Mayula won it back off of Reece James, and they never looked back from that moment onwards. Kvaratskhelia with the run to the edge of the box. He cuts away inside and then dispatches an absolutely stunning finish into the far corner. Cuts inside on that right foot, and Chelsea should have known that spelt danger, and they didn't get to him quick enough, and there are enough white shirts there to deal with the threat of Kvaratskhelia. No one got there quick enough. Kvaratskhelia scores. It's 4-2 to Paris Saint-Germain, and Chelsea and Manchester City find themselves with plenty of work to do in the second leg back home in England in a week's time. Arsenal not leading, Liverpool losing, Tottenham, well, can't see them getting anything out of Atletico Madrid, just purely on them being Tottenham at the moment. But 5 English clubs could very, very easily be whittled down to maybe 1 or 2 next week. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Well, Paris Saint-Germain smelling blood at the moment. Kvaratskhelia going down the left-hand side. He gets away from Lavia. Doesn't get away from James, but he's still got the ball here. Kvaratskhelia into the box, pulls it back, and it's been pulled wide by Mayula, but the referee's whistle has gone. A foul by Kvaratskhelia, but my goodness me, he was tearing into Chelsea there, was the Georgian. He's put a yellow card for that as well, Kvaratskhelia. I think that's the first yellow card of the game. Kvaratskhelia. And Chelsea are about to bring on another change. Garnacho. They've been looking to try and get a goal back at 4-3, give themselves a real hope. They're going to take off Gusto. It's a bit of a gamble. Gusto off. And comes Garnacho. Into Pedro Neto, go to the right. Garnacho down the left. Kvaratskhelia. Into throw inside his own half, does the Georgian. Plenty of goals tonight in the Champions League. Bodo Glimt 3, Sporting 0, Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. We've doubled those. We've got as many goals here as we've got in those other 2 games. 6 goals here, 4 for Paris Saint-Germain, 2 for Chelsea. It's been given away by Paris Saint-Germain, a little sloppy. This is Caicedo. He's inside to Enzo Fernandez. Back to Cucurella. Look at it, you think, well, Liverpool should turn over a 1-goal deficit against Galatasaray. Not a gimme. Galatasaray not good away from home. You'd expect Liverpool to go through. Arsenal, you'd expect them to beat Bayer Leverkusen. Manchester City 3-0 down to Real Madrid. It's left them with an awful lot to do. Don't rule them out, but it's a very difficult assignment. Chelsea 4-2 down at home to PSG next week. That's a very difficult assignment as well. We think the Spurs 5-2 down to Atletico Madrid are going to go out as well. We could find ourselves from 5 down to 2 maybe. Liverpool and Arsenal fighting it out in the Champions League. Here's Jorgensen, his mistake. He's made another one here, and it could be a chance. It's going to be number 5, and it's walked in by Lee Kang-ying. But the flag is up and the goal won't count, and that is a let-off for Philip Jorgensen, who has made another blundering error, giving the ball away. One back on the press by PSG. Enzo Fernandez is furious with his goalkeeper, saying don't give the ball away so cheaply, and he's got a point. There's going to be a change. 3 minutes of added time. Oh, it's not a change, it's 3 minutes of added time, sorry. Getting all carried away. Marquinhos is down. He's up. Seems to be okay. Saint-Germain 4, Chelsea 2. What a game it's been. They're not out of this, Chelsea, not by any means. The ball boy has just been knocked over on this near side, and there could be trouble here for Enzo Fernandez, because he's gone to swipe the ball off the ball boy, and the ball boy's gone down on the ground, and he's rolling around. And in fairness to Enzo Fernandez, he has gone across to check up on him. And the referee's calling the players away from the ball boy, and what's he going to do here, the referee? And it was an interesting one. I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay. Enzo Fernandez knocked the ball boy flying and injured him in the process. This could be an interesting talking point in the game. Paris Saint-Germain 4, Chelsea 2. And Enzo Fernandez has knocked the ball boy flying and injured him in the process. We're not going to see a replay by the look of things. They're not going to show it again. But we'd like to see what the situation was. It Pedro Neto? Was it Enzo Fernandez? I thought it was Enzo Fernandez. I think it was Pedro Neto. It was Pedro Neto. Let's have a look here. So the ball's gone out of play. The ball boy's got the ball and he's holding it, and he's stopping Pedro Neto from taking it off of him. Pedro Neto's knocked him against the chair that he was sitting on, and he's fallen over. It was a push. I hate that when ball boys are keeping the ball away. They're there to give the ball back and not to waste time. Well, Pedro Neto's a lucky man. He hasn't even got a yellow card for that. And now Reece James is having a conversation with Luis Enrique. It's all ended in smiles. And it's going to be a free kick to Paris Saint-Germain. And they are leading here by 4-2. And we're nearly through the 3 minutes of added time, although much of that has been attributed to the squabble that's taken place on this near touchline through Pedro Neto pushing the ball boy to the ground and injuring him. We've seen that in football, haven't we? But I wish these ball boys, ball girls, these young people would... well, let's have a look here, and here's Hakimi, and Hakimi is rushing forward. This could put pay to Chelsea. Across it goes, and it's number 5, and it's Kvaratskhelia again. And Paris Saint-Germain are going to take a 3-goal lead back to London next week. What a finish in this game. Hakimi went flying down the right-hand side and pulls it back. And there was Kvaratskhelia. Twice he scored since coming on as a sub to make it 5-2. And Chelsea's Champions League experience is hanging in the balance. They're going to have to win that second leg next week by 3 clear goals. And whilst Paris Saint-Germain this season have had a Achilles heel or two, don't really fancy Chelsea to beat this Paris Saint-Germain side by 3 clear goals in one 90-minute hit, no matter where. But they did do that last summer, remember, in the Club World Cup final. Well, to a certain degree, Paris Saint-Germain have exacted revenge with a 3-goal win of their own here. And should Philip Jorgensen have done better? I think he should have. Kvaratskhelia, 6 goals in his last 10 matches in the Champions League. He's on fire tonight. Well, that was no